Amanda and I are great friends, but she's come to me for a treatment. She's had an MRI, so we've ruled out anything really menacing.
The L4-5, it always gives me immense, like a searing pain, and it's at its worst in the mornings when I try to put my jeans on.
Tension running all the way through.
Possibly,
so that's quite common. So when you get lower back issues, you often have to look at the whole chain of events. What we're going to do is we're going to test Amanda's range of movement. So we've got to work out, okay, where the tension is. The likelihood is it's not just here, it's in here and all the way through. So we start here, but then we're going to look all the way up here, and relieve the whole chain. Okay, so what we're going to start by just checking Amanda's range of movement. And the first thing I'm going to do is check her leg length, because what it does is it just relieves the tension in the whole of the hip capsule. If Amanda's got any nerve irritation, we're just decompressing that lumbar spine a tiny bit. So I'm going to start by checking your hamstring range. That will give us an indication of how much tension the chain has created. By just finding where I feel the first element of resistance. Keep that nice and heavy, Amanda. So once again, I want control of the leg. This is a passive stretch. What we're going to do is we're going to do some muscle energy work here, and we're going to release the calf, release the hamstring, and then that's going to set us up for the work that we're going to do when we turn Amanda over. Just going to press that down. You tell me what you feel when I do that, Amanda.
Yeah, I can feel that really in my calf.
And do you feel it behind the knee?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we have got a little bit of a chain going on. We've established that. Keep the legs straight for me and push it nice and hard. Give me about 40% of your power. Let it release. And we just see if we can get a little bit more. Already, look at this. Great range of movement. So we're just going to do one more stretch on Amanda, because I suspect that she's got some tension in the ITB and it gets deep into the glutes. Very gently roll this over. I'm just going to literally bend that leg, just gently start rocking this, and I'm going to come into Amanda's ITB now. So, okay, so how does this feel as I come down the ITB? Fair amount of pressure. Describe that feeling to me.
It feels like a hot match is going down my leg.
So I can feel toxicity within the body. There's a lot of metabolites. So what we're doing now is we're coming into the side of Amanda's hip area, so we can sweep into the glutes, okay? So we've got a muscle here, tensor fascia lata, TFL. There's a lot of tension in there. Break down any tension there, glute medius, glute maximus. We'll get right in. So then we've done all of the ITB, all the way up to TFL, and swept through the glutes. So we've been really thorough. So just checking the tension in Amanda's calf muscles.
Really tight in the upper half there.
Yeah, a bit painful.
Yes.
So we're coming into gastrocs here. There's a lot of tension I can feel around here. We're going to give that little bit of a flush through, and then we're going to come in a little bit deeper. Yeah, trigger points. Trigger points are little points of pain. It's like an adhesion. It's like where the fibres start getting stuck and then they start crossing over, and it's a point of pain which prevents blood flow. Right, now we're going to do psoas. Psoas is the key. Pin down her glutes, and then you lift the leg. We won't overstretch her.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a big stretch. Did you like that psoas stretch, Amanda?
It felt like a really overstrung string. It was really on a lot of tension. It was awful.
I've located Amanda's spine, okay? And I'm placing my thumb. You've got a big group of muscles that run alongside the spine, erector spinae. And then one of those, really long one, is iliocostalis. And as I come in, you can hear Amanda's immediately letting me know that this is the right area where she feels a lot of the tension.
It's really tight.
Do you feel this in your belly at all?
It's gurgling.
Yeah. See? So, because there's a valve in there, it's called the ileocecal valve. And when the tummy muscles get tight as a result of this tension in the lumbar spine, they hold on to the valve, they squeeze the valve. And if that valve isn't functioning properly because the muscles are squeezing onto it, then you get this backup of acid, You sometimes get a bit of constipation. You don't go to the toilet as regularly. Now, I'm not suggesting that that's happening to Amanda, but it could if this built up for too long. So we might need to get Amanda to take the bra off now, so we'll stop the video for that. Okay, so I've worked through Amanda's spine. Not very much. All I've done is apply pressure. But look, I just want to show you, look at the red. Look how the body presents, okay? This is telling a story, because just me applying pressure like this shouldn't result in this. So that means her body, all through these spinal muscles, has been deprived of good blood flow. We're instigating that healing process by applying this pressure and opening these fibres up. The fibres run this way. I've gone across them, so it's really forced them open. And now all the blood's rushing in. And I'm going to get her into this beautiful big bend, okay? I'm just going to loosen that shoulder off. Let me have control of the shoulder. I'm going to bring that round like that. And you get her into a big bend. For any young aspiring sports therapists out there, this gets into iliacus. It also gets into psoas, and we're going to open all of these muscles up here. So I'm going to place my hand on her spine, quite low, okay? Not in the area where she feels it, the lumbar area, just above. I'm going to place my hand around the front of her hip, okay? And I'm going to slowly, slowly pull that hip towards me. So we're always looking for the possibility that Amanda may have compressed vertebrae. And if she has, that means I have a responsibility then to refer her out to an osteopath. So I've come down now and I'm just sliding down towards the glutes. Just sliding through the glute. Look already how red that is. I can feel the tension. So these muscles link in to quadratus lumborum. And so the likelihood is that these two are just ganging up on her. They're just going, right, we're causing a riot. You've got a lovely tight arse, love. Just a little bit of work into the rotator cuff.
Hideous. I can't even look at you. Oh!
Oh, is it recording?
It is, isn't it? It's recording.
Oh, hi. Hi. Right, we've got the painful bit over.
Yes, painful bit over, and it was painful, but we are about an hour afterwards.
Yes.
And I'm not painful anymore. I can touch my toes again, which is really good.
And your body's kind of calmed down a little bit. So I think you felt quite fearful after the treatment because you suddenly thought, I feel worse.
Yes, I did. And I thought that I would feel more released and more open and more flexible, and I didn't. I felt sore and tight and still quite stiff. Yeah. And something I said was the psychological restriction you put on yourself because you of the fear of doing any more damage.
That's probably one of the most common things you see, that as soon as you start to feel like the body starts to dysfunction in some way, the brain says, whoa, hold on, you need to look after it. There's a little bit of fear that creeps in.
You've also now given me some stretches to do literally before I even get out of bed, right?
Bed stretches, best ones. You wake up aching, you're like, oh God, that hurts, oh man. The first thing you want to do is kind of go, oh, I don't like this. This feels horrible. Yeah. You just go, do the Mel Robbins, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees in, both the knees, for a lovely knee rock. Decompress the lower spine. Do the stretches I gave you. Then you're in this lovely mindful state. You're focusing purely on this self-care. 5 minutes of bed stretches, and it will transform your day and it will get energy flow. So lots of water for Amanda today, because when you flush out metabolites and toxicity, you then have to help your body metabolize. So you've got to drink loads of water. So that's the prescription for today. Rest, because you have to rest after treatment, and then start your stretches in the morning. And even tonight, before you go to sleep, just to set you up for a good night's sleep.
And just before we go, you said that it's normal to feel sore tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going to feel sore for 2-3 days. And then you'll feel your legs have got more energy, your lower back will feel better, everything will feel better.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure.